Hey guys!
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So we have some exciting news for you since we last posted. Go ahead and tell them.
I am back on my insulin pump,
Which
specifically the Omnipod.
So we both have an Omnipod now, which is kind of funny, but it's also kind of cute.
It's how we met.
Yeah,
So.
we actually met because we both had an Omnipod, and then he was off of his for a while, and now he's back on. So I just wanted to ask him a couple questions, one of them being, do you feel better now that you have your Omnipod back?
It was really weird at first. It took a little bit of adjusting as far as like just the feeling it, but as far as my blood sugars, yeah. Because I mean, it's just so much easier to deal with throughout the day because I don't have to untuck my shirt to give myself a shot, which is really inconvenient at my job.
Yes,
so
and I don't think we've actually explicitly stated it on here, but you are a car salesman.
Yeah.
He's currently a car salesman. So having diabetes and giving yourself shots throughout the day is super inconvenient. So having a pump makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, because I can't show my tattoos at work, unprofessional, stuff like that.
So he's all covered up.
Long sleeves, tie, yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is fine with me. I just, it's easier to deal with the medical aspect with the Omnipod. So, and my new insurance thankfully covers the test strips and everything else. So it's really nice. It saved me some money in the long run too.
Yeah.
Which is super important.
Also because he's only going to be taking his fast-acting insulin now too, because he doesn't need Lantus anymore. So that'll be good too.
Yep.
And I just find it so weird when I look at him now and he has a pod like on his arm or just anywhere that I can see it, because it's just so weird to see another person with the same insulin pump as me. I rarely ever run into like other diabetics in public. So when I see someone, it's just so weird. Like I know he's diabetic, and when I see him checking his sugar, it's a reminder of that. But just seeing someone else with a pump is just like, my brain almost can't like make sense of it in a weird way.
I've been on it for about a month now, and I definitely put it on a day that was different than the day she had to change hers, so it's not like we synced them up or anything like that. And for some odd reason now we're changing them on the same day.
Now they're totally synced up.
Yeah.
So, which is also kind of cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so nice to have someone that fully understands exactly.
What's that beeping?
So, that's another thing, is that when one of our pods is beeping, it sounds like it could be our own. So we're like, wait, who is that?
Is that me or you?
Like in the middle of the night. So that's pretty funny.
I forget about things like last night I had to turn off the reminder in the movies because it started beeping.
Right, yeah, which is nice for me because usually I'm the only one that has to worry about that. So it's kind of like we can remind each other of stuff.
Yeah. Like I have another phone to put on silent.
Yeah, except for a little bit more annoying of a phone.
Have you ever had yours go off in the movie before, like completely die?
No, but I have had it go, like, completely die in the middle of, like, school,
I've had that.
like, assemblies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I don't notice it right away, and then
Yeah.
it's just, like, everyone's kind of staring at you because you're screeching, and,
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, one time I had it go off during my cousin, he was being, is it called sworn in, I guess, to be a fireman?
Mm-hmm.
So it was during that whole ceremony, and it was just screeching, and I knew we weren't going to be able to be home for a while, and I think I didn't even have my PDM on me. So during the ceremony, I had to run out, and I threw it in the trash, like in the lobby of this theater that it was being held at. And to this day, I always wonder who found it or like what they thought it was.
I actually used to mess with my dad when I was younger because the screeching drove him nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to put it up on like the top of his workbench and stuff like that after it would die. So it would just sit there in the garage just
I hate that sound. And I did put in one of my videos on my channel about the screeching, and people were commenting, press the little button. You can use like a little pin to push the button to stop it.
On the old ones though, they didn't really have anything like that.
Maybe not, but I've never successfully been able to do it, even though people have commented like a million times, like, this is how you do it, it works. Because I was saying like, oh, I've tried to run it over with the car, I've thrown it at the wall. But that's because I've tried pressing it and it's just really hard. I know it can be done though. But luckily I haven't had like a screeching pod that just won't stop in a long time.
I had one at the skate park. Well,
but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago, but I ended up actually just like slamming it with my skateboard until it just completely broke in pieces and stopped screeching.
Duffy, your eyelashes are so pretty.
Thank you. I see all the green in your eyes right now.
The first night that he had his pod on, it was really funny because, well, actually not even the first night, but like the whole first week, like he wouldn't sleep on the side that he had the pod on, which I find it so funny because I don't even remember going through that phase. Like, I know that it happened, but I'm so used to mine that even if it's on my stomach, I'll sleep on my stomach. Like, it just made me so much more aware of the fact that I'm so used to my pod being on my body at all times that I don't even think about it anymore.
See, I was always that way, though. I still do it. I still won't sleep on that side because
You have been better about it, though.
I always... I'll roll over in the middle of the night and stuff, but I'm always so afraid of it bleeding or stopping in the middle of the night from, an occlusion or something like that, that it's always just... It scares me because I don't want to replace it because it's expensive, so...
I can understand that. I guess for me, I never think of those things, and I like that I don't think of those things. I like feeling a little bit like not having to worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once I go to sleep, I'm sure I roll.
No, once he falls asleep, it's not a huge deal. But it's also funny because I realized what it must have been like being my friend or dating me, like having to be so aware of my pod because I've never had to be aware of someone else's pod. So when I'm like hugging him or snuggling him, then I'm like trying to make sure I'm not knocking his pod or anything. Because for me, I guess again, I don't notice it as much, so I'm not as sensitive to it. But I was when I was first on it. So I can understand that, but it's really weird to like be giving him a hug and like reach around and I could feel the pod on his arm. It's it's so weird.
Have you ever walked into like the door frame with your pod hanging out?
Yeah, that was a huge thing. I think I mentioned that in one of my videos too about like you don't realize how much space you actually need to go through a doorway or like to turn a corner. Because when the way my bedroom was set up in high school, you have to go around this little hallway, and every time I turned there, I would knock my pod on my arm like on the wall, and it took me years to stop doing that.
Yeah, I actually hit mine on the door frame going into my office the other day, and it ripped the adhesive and everything. It was, I hit it pretty hard.
So we just wanted to share an exciting bit of news for you guys. What else?
Next video is going to actually be my diagnosis story.
Yes, it's something you guys have been asking for, which I think should... Oh, our cat is coming to say hello. Hello! Okay. If you're here from my channel, then you know that I've had this cat for a little over a year now. And she's finally, she loves Mikey so much. They just love each other. When we first moved her into this apartment, she was really skittish and she'd always hide from him, but now pretty sure she likes him more than she likes me. And she likes the dog too.
Hope you guys enjoyed our video, so please give us a thumbs up, like us, subscribe.
Click the little bell. I'll put a picture here so you know what it looks like, so that way you are notified every single time that we post a video. And we'll see you guys next time.
Do it for the animals.
Do it for the animals. Thumbs up.